me start first with the first speaker, which is the introduction of Dr. Shahul Hamid. Dr. Shahul joined the Rotary Club of Singapore 25 years ago and served as club president during the year 2013-2014. You don't actually know that he is actually a dentist by profession and runs a group of dental practice in Singapore. I'm not too sure how many people like to go and see him in a clinic to get their teeth pulled out, you know. Dr. Shahul is an adjunct senior lecturer with the Faculty of Dentistry, National University of Singapore, council member with the Singapore Dental Council, and serves as a member of the panel of advisors for the Family of Justice Courts, Republic of Singapore. Wow, you have a dentist, you being involved in Family Justice Court as well. Dr. Shahul is the past grants chair and current District International Service Chair plus Stewardship Chair for District 3310. He is also a member of the Rotary Foundation cadre of technical advisors, and I think he's the only one from District 3310. And from 1st July 2020, Dr. Shahul will assume the position of District Rotary Foundation Chair for 3 years, for the year 2020 up to 2023. His current interest is leveraging on Rotary's global grants for community projects and missions. To date, he has assisted the Rotary Club of Singapore, District 3310, and clubs in the region in the application of more than 120 global grants. So we call him the global grants guru, you know, where anything that goes through him, the chances of success, the success rate of having approved global grant is very, very high. So you know who to actually seek for help in the future.
Thank you.
As of today, Rotary Club Singapore itself already has had 70 global grants approved. That's fantastic. And in recognition for his contribution to the community and for his work with global grants, Dr. Shahul has been conferred honorary membership to 9 Rotary clubs, namely 3 in Indonesia. Wow. He is more Indonesian than I am. Rotary Club of Surabaya, Rotary Club of Malang Central, and Rotary Club of Batu. These are all in Central Java. And then on top of that, 5 clubs in India: the Rotary Club of Purulia, Rotary Club of Hugli, Rotary Club of Midnapore, Rotary Club of Murshidabad, and Rotary Club of Domkal Murshidabad. And 1 in Philippines as well, and that is the Rotary Club of Rizal West. He is also an invited speaker for Rotary Foundation seminars for districts in Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Taiwan, Philippines, Nigeria, and India, and you name it. Dr. Shahul is the recipient of Rotary Service Above Self Award, Rotary Foundation Citation for Meritorious Service Award, and the Republic of Singapore's Public Service Medal. I welcome Dr. Shahul Hamid. Please continue with your talk. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, PDG. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. First of all, big congratulations to incoming Governor Mohan. For all of you who do not know, Governor Mohan and myself and all the first-class presidents are so proud of you, and we look forward to a great Rotary year ahead with you. Now, thank you once again for inviting me to speak. It's an opportunity for me to discuss and share with you a little bit about the foundation and what we do around the world. Now, I love the topic. It says your opportunity to make the world a better place. That gives us an opportunity to share with you some of the work that our Rotarians in this district are doing in our region, as well as outside the country and outside the district. This is a snapshot of the back of Assistant Governor Jimmy Wee from Rotary Club Singapore. And this was in January, in the middle of January, when we went over to Quang Tri Province, which is about 3.5 hours ride from Da Nang. And this is a school project where we provide classroom libraries to 16 schools in the province. Now, what a great way to make the world a better place. Before we go further, maybe we should just take a step back and think about why did we join Rotary. Our President-elect talked about Rotary not being just a club, but also an opportunity for people to come together and do good work. Let's revisit again what it says, what we understand what Rotary is supposed to do. Rotary brings together a global network of volunteers who dedicated their time and talent to tackle the world's most pressing challenges. The world's most pressing challenges. For bigger projects, the Rotary Foundation asks you or asked us to concentrate on these 6 areas of focus. I think these 6 areas of focus are very well established, and we should concentrate on that. But what is the most pressing issue at hand right now? You said it, COVID-19 pandemic. Something that I've not seen in my lifetime, and a lot of us on this platform today have not experienced as well. One of the saddest things that has come out from this pandemic is the sight of human beings, fellow human beings. Doesn't matter where they are, whether it's in India, in Indonesia, we feel sad. This was a Straits Times article that appeared in the Straits Times on the 20th of April, and it focused the state of Madhya Pradesh in India. Indore, which is the capital of, is one of the cities in Madhya Pradesh, was at one point known as India's cleanest city, but it was caught unaware, blindsided by the COVID-19 pandemic. Why? The state government changed hands 2 days before India announced the lockdown. They didn't have a COVID response team, and the team that they put together subsequently had no doctors in it. It touched very close to our heart because on April 7 to 10, I was invited to speak in Indore. So instead of going there, which we couldn't do, we put together the very first of our COVID-19 pandemic response to the 3 areas in Madhya Pradesh, in Sonkach, Dewas, and Indore. We had very good relationship with the district governor-elect, as well as the District Rotary Foundation chairman. And this grant, other than giving the necessary equipment for the hospitals, as well as community supplies, also included provision of food supplies that was very much needed in these 3 cities. And the global grant of about $45,000 was approved in a matter of 48 hours. So things like this, you can see all over the world, Rotarians banded together to do the best that they can. The picture on the right is in Malaysia from District 3300, courtesy of DRFC Leslie. And as you can see in our own district as well, past district governor Zaini, as well as he's also the past DRFC of our district, working really hard to distribute supplies to the relevant bodies in Sabah as well. As you heard from both PDG Andre as well as incoming governor, the work that we put together was amazing, nothing short of amazing. And special thanks must go to the task force chair, past President Ng Yahua and Thomas Ngu. I'm sure they are following this presentation as well. Both of you really did a really good job. You put together a fantastic team together with DRFC Michael Yee and Governor Jeff and all the other committee members in this task force. I think you did a great job. I think you deserve a big hand. And this, the figures that you see on the screen, fellow Rotarians, is just one of the 3-pronged effort that our district is doing. Rotary Foundation itself wasted no time in giving away money. This is the first time in my 25 years involvement in Rotary that I've experienced the Rotary Foundation giving away money in a matter of 24 hours. Any district that apply for what we call the disaster response grant will receive $25,000 within a week. There was no major reporting or form filling that's required. And our district, as you can see, 3310 and 3300 has been highlighted. We have both received $25,000 each, and each district is free to decide on how they will spend the money. But you can see in our district, we've decided to spend it on face masks and sanitizers to those affected by COVID-19 in Malaysia and Singapore. The other strategies that we have is putting together of global grants. 4 global grants has been put together in the 4 sub-district or sub-areas in our district. And they're all works in progress. Sabah has submitted, Singapore has submitted. I think Sarawak, I've seen the draft as well. And so we're all looking forward for the quick approval of these grants so that the money can reach the people who need it the most. And we have an extra reserve. The district has decided to put aside up to $50,000 to be ready in case of the second wave that may come along with this COVID-19 recovery. Now, COVID-19 will continue, will be with us for some time before it gradually go away. But the world's other problems remain. Look at these two fine young men from Nigeria. They have the future ahead of them. But there's a dark secret that I think some of you know, some of you may not know. Unemployment rate among young adults and young working adults, such as these two gentlemen, is appalling. Really, really high. And what is worse, what if they're disabled? What are the odds against them getting a job? Where does Rotary fit into all this? What if you are born without limbs? You've never walked before, you've never seen your own feet before. Or what, you have got into an accident in a country which is football crazy like Nigeria, and he was a football player before this happened to him. Can you imagine the resources that's required to fit and refit over and over again a child that is growing up without limbs? That's where Rotary come in. The people in Nigeria, 82 million of them live on less than $1 a day. They have overtaken India, the most number of people in a country to live below the poverty line. And a sadder statistic is that while in India, they expect by the year 2030, India will not be one of the top 10 countries having the most number of people living in the poverty line, but Nigeria will continue to increase. Look at the statistics, 15 to 35 years old, 55% of them are without work. So creating jobs has been one of the key issues discussed, not only in politics in Africa or in Nigeria, but those who are in Nigeria and helping them through Rotary. So with this in mind, the Rotary Club of Singapore came together with an organization very well established in Lagos, the Ish Tolaram Foundation. The Ish Tolaram Foundation runs two centers, the Ish Limb Center, which is about 10 years old, and the Ish Skills Hub, which is about 2 years old. And it marries two of the most important things, replacing a lost body part and giving them a job. So you can see on your top right, the computer lab that's been set up under the Ish Skills Hub. And on the bottom right, you can see the Ish Limb Center and their staff showing off all the different kind of limbs that they have for their recipients. Together with the Rotary Club of Lagos Island in District 9110, the Rotary Club of Singapore put together 2 global grants over the past 6 years to supply artificial limbs to the people of Nigeria. This is in 2015, when you can see past President Thomas Ngu, who visited Lagos with us. And in 2017, you see past President Dr. Yap Lip Ki visiting the center again in Lagos. Not only the Rotary grant pays for the fabrication of the limbs, the grant also pays for limb camps to be held off-site. Nigeria is a very big country. You've heard of medical camps, you've heard of dental camps. Fellow Rotarians, welcome to the limbs camp. The limb technicians and the limb staff will travel 2 to 3 hours outside Lagos to a camp where they will measure the needs, customize limbs for those who need them, go back to Lagos to the lab, structure the new limbs, and return back 2 weeks later to fit the limb in the same camps for the recipients there. So that saves a lot of trouble for the people who do not have to travel far to get these limbs for free. Each of the limbs costs about $100 and Rotary Foundation and the Rotary Club Singapore has sponsored 4,000 such limbs just in Lagos itself. What is the impact that you see on these people? Look at this child. He was being fitted on the same day, a simple low-tech double limbs, we call it. And this is a boy who has never walked before. And it's something that the youth are blessed with, where they can find balance quite easily. I think it's a very powerful message that it shows that you can be down, but you're not out.
Don't follow.
The limb project not only provide the limbs, as I mentioned to you. On the left, you can see some of the technicians who are actually gone through the program, and we take them in as fresh technicians, train them and give them a job. We realize that we can only train a finite number of limb technicians. So that's the reason why in parallel development, we work with each skill center where we allow some of these limb beneficiaries to actually participate in simple courses that will make them useful and equip themselves for the working world. What if you lose an upper limb? Which is worse, fellow Rotarians? Upper limb or lower limb? What if you lose a limb later part in life, where suddenly you are not able to work, you're not able to provide for the family? There's this organization that I would like to introduce to you that has worked really, really well with Rotary. Have you ever tried riding a bike with one hand? It's not going to be easy to find your balance. So if you observe this boy, he was fitted with an artificial limb on his right hand, and almost immediately he can go back to his bicycle riding. Now, why is this significant? It may seem, hey, really cute, you can see a boy now riding his bike. But the impact is greater than that. The impact is for the person to be able to find a job in the future, the person to be able to do what he would have normally have done without the need for another adult, without a need for another individual to assist him. But more importantly, fellow Rotarians, it gives a sense of dignity and a sense of pride for any human being, for any human being. So we could go on, we can show you plenty of stuff, all right, but I think you're getting the idea. So this LN4 hand project originated from the United States. It's been working in cooperation with several clubs all over the world, especially in India. It was set up by somebody called Meadows and Meadows Foundation. And LN is an acronym for his daughter who died in a road accident. The daughter was named Ellen Meadows. So it's now known as the Ellen Meadows Project. And this is the next thing that we hope to do. Sorry. So you'll be able to give a person a job, you will be able to restore dignity. And for women and girls growing up, it's the ability for them to continue with their domestic duties, domestic chores. And in places like India, this is a very important skill that people can have. Now we go to Vietnam. The same thing, a few years back, or in fact last year, we had a global grant approved. And this global grant is for a project to boost the economic ability of the villages. And this is the area in Vietnam which suffered tremendously during Vietnam War, known as Agent Orange. Some of the chemical agent actually seep into the ground, and a number of third and fourth generation adults and children are severely affected with disabilities. So the project is very, very simple. It's a rural area with villages, and each family, 150 families were chosen, and each family received 100 chicks, and they receive enough education and training. They receive assistance with the feeding of the chicks for the first cycle and the building of the coops. And 3 months later, we facilitated the sale of these full-grown chickens in the market, and the money that came back is used to buy more chicks, and this helped to sustain their livelihood. So you can see Governor Jeff there and PDG Do from USA, originally from Vietnam, who spearheaded the project. And you can see a picture of the chickens growing up in the coop. There was also several other parallel projects. This is from Marina City, where we did school libraries for a number of schools. And you can see one of the joy of doing these projects to be able to see and visit for yourself the happy faces of the beneficiaries. A signature project that we have is a literacy project in Indonesia. As you know, this is the 10th year we are doing this project, 3 of which are large-scale global grants, where we give school supplies and school-going items for 1,250 school children in East Java. So on the right is probably the only limited edition Rotary school shoes that you can find in this part of the world. So what is Rotary Foundation? What is it that we are talking about? If there's nothing that we can take away from today's or from my presentation, I just want you to remember that Rotary Foundation is the charitable arm of Rotary International. It is separate from Rotary International, but the same. It's a separate board of trustees. It functions separately. It's a separate sets of accounts. So do not be concerned about all or some of the things that you may have heard of the past. The Rotary Foundation is one of the best run charity foundation in the USA. So where is this opportunity to make a world a better place? Where is the opportunity? We want 3 things from fellow Rotarians. We want your time, we want your talent, and we want your treasure. The time for you to come together, to do needs assessment, to see how we can do better projects for our beneficiaries. We need your talent to do the same. And without your money, nothing can be done. So a common question that's been asked out of me is, do you need to be a PHF, a Paul Harris Fellow, to contribute to global grants and the Rotary Foundation? The short answer is no. Must you contribute a minimum $1,000? Ridiculous. The answer is no. But I can tell you something. For every dollar that you give to the foundation itself will match between 50 to 100%. So what do I mean by that? Let's think for a moment at this organization in India, in the state of Odisha. These are Aboriginal children who are stuck between modernization and their usual ways of doing and functioning. $10 can feed 28 of them. $10 can feed 28 of these girls. If you contribute $50 with a matching from Rotary Foundation, you can restore 2 eyesights in a Rotary Eye Hospital in India. If you give $75, you can put a child in Indonesia and in Africa through school for 1 whole year. And if you give $100, you can support 8 HPV vaccination in India as well as in Africa. These are real projects that we have done. These are not projects I've taken up from the internet. Just to prove that I'm right, that I'm telling you the truth, for $100, you'll be able to pay for a limb for this gentleman. And for $1,000, you can help pay for a heart surgery for a child in India and in Africa. So I ask you today, fellow Rotarians, to come with me and invest in humanity. The money that you give, you know will go far. This girl that you're staring at, fantastic, nice girl, but she's hearing impaired. She needs a cochlear implant that costs a few thousand Singapore dollars, and the batteries need to be changed every 5 years. She's not going to get it on her own in Indonesia. Look at this boy. He needs 2 upper limbs and he needs 2 lower limbs. He needs braces and he has other issues and he needs special treatment. So this is my appeal to all of you, to all Rotarians and their friends and their corporate partners and everybody else. Let's join hands and invest in humanity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Shahul, and for the fantastic sharing of the various projects that you have actually shared with us this evening. I really am really touched and inspired by the amount of work that you have actually been involved in all this, and especially the contribution made by the Each Tolaram Foundation in the various community. I myself was involved and witnessed the projects in Indonesia, and I can tell you, no matter how small one contributes, your contribution can mean the world to those who are actually in need. Thank you very much, Dr. Shahul, for being with us. And please do not go away. We will want you to stay back for the question and answer sessions. Thank you very much.